What is up, YouTube? Sin City back at it with another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about a bit of a controversial topic, which is, 2018 is coming to an end, so there's about a bunch of good games that came out. God of War, Spider-Man, all these solid, great games, but no one really talks about the bad ones. Today, I'm going to be talking about probably one of the worst games many people consider. Not trying to hate or disown or discredit. State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 was not one of the best and most sharp games this year. I'll just say that, not to be any mean or anything. But some games, they look good on paper and they look good on screenshots and everything and summaries, but this game was not really one of them. First let me just talk about some of the pros actually with State of Decay, just so you know, just so I don't completely bash and discredit this game. So, one of the pros, I think, is that it's a different feel and a sort of different type of zombie game. Like Dead Island, you have that type of feel and that repetitiveness. Dead Rising's another one, that feel. This one, State of Decay 2, and the first one, of course, there's like a different feel. It's a nice, unique zombie game, which I sort of like about it, how you have to start a community, and you build it up from there, and everything like that. It's sort of fun how you have to gather everything, and that's really what's enjoyable, I think, about it. But some people, have a feeling towards it. I'll say that. What else? Another pro, honestly, is that even with like the glitches and everything, it's very funny. Like the game's very funny. Like me and my friend, Lavish, you guys can check his channel out. Link will be in the description. But we played this game together, and we found many glitches and everything and dialogue. But it's honestly a very funny game with the dialogue and the glitches where like cars would just be flying around or some zombies would be invisible for me. It was just it was actually some comedic relief, honestly. And then I really liked the concept of how you can lose a character, so you can waste all your time, try and get him to a leader and building up all his stats and everything, and then you can just die with him, and then you just lose him forever, which is actually a very cool concept, I feel. I lost one of my characters. I died in one of the cars because it glitched and blew me up, but we won't really talk about that. So that's some of the pros of the game, in my opinion. Now we're gonna go into why the game's bad. Obviously, many of the cons, honestly. First off, completely, State of Decay 2 is a very, very glitchy and buggy game. Everything from the animations, the physics, it's everything. Just how good the zombies are, their invisibility, the cars glitching out, everything, just every sort of aspect of the game has some sort of glitchy bug or feature to it. If it's the cars, the zombies, the animations, the physics, invisible walls, you name it. There are a bunch of bugs. I can go on for days naming these bugs and glitches. Another probably con, I would say, is that for like the game, there's not really a really like set storyline. You don't really get a feel for inside of the characters and everything. You just sort of just know them. They're in your community, and you have those neighbors. There's no full and real storyline that adds some detail to play. It's just like, oh, go take out the play cards and everything, and everyone will be happy and safe. So no real storyline and like main objective at the end. It's sort of just take out those play cards, and that really didn't appeal to me in my eyes. What else? Also, the game wasn't like, it's repetitive, it's like after you beat it once, yeah, you do one of the communities once and you finish this like the quote unquote story. It's repetitive. You can't play it again because it's gonna be the same thing all over again. I mean, it is also as good that they have 3 maps, just to freshen it up a little bit, but it's still the same exact story. It's nothing different about it. You could play this game for like, you could beat the game in a couple of days, like even like probably 10 hours, 15 hours, probably around there, and like after that you're done. You can't play it anymore. It's like, it's boring. I mean, now they added the DLC, which is, I haven't played it personally, but I haven't heard any feedback about it, but maybe it's a fun feature that they added. I don't know. Maybe you can keep playing it. But for the main game without DLC, after the couple days you beat it, it's like there's nothing you could do. There's no real, like, I want to play this game again feature to it. Like you don't get that feel about it, like those Dead Islands and Dead Risings, because you can do it differently. You can get all these different items. You know, like the same items you'll get in every single time you'll play, which is not really a fun feature. Another con of the game is that it's not really a zombie sort of feel game. It's like a gathering game. It's like a constantly. It's like act like you're just constantly getting asked for chores and to do stuff and chores and all that, like do dishes, go get groceries and all that. It's just a chore game. You gathering health, food, supplies, and all of that stuff. Just constantly doing that to keep your community happy and the other communities around you happy, or else they're going to be hostile towards you. It's just a constant gathering and scavenging game instead of a real zombie sort of feel, which is sort of really takes away from the game because of the constant amount of scavenging you have to do. Another thing about the game, which is I feel which is terrible, which is that sort of the combat system, that how zombies are just way too easy to kill. Like the Juggernauts, yeah, they're really difficult to kill, but every other zombie is just really, really easy to kill. Basically, you could just sit there on your controller and just smash a couple buttons, and then you'll just clear out a whole horde like it's nothing. It's no real difficulty, and like, not really skill, but like, no sort of difficulty and like challenging the game has to be. It's not really challenging of a game. It doesn't really test you because all you do is spam a couple buttons, like I said. Also, another thing is that in the beginning of the game when they start you off, I might have it in the gameplay in the back. Not really too sure, but the first like 30 minutes of the game is just constantly you like just running around the map like a chicken without a head. You don't have a car. It's just, and you have no stamina, of course, in the beginning because you have no skills and everything. So you're just constantly just running around the map looking for a car. They never start you off with a car, which is terrible at the game, which is so annoying and tedious. But I have to get past that. You have cars, obviously, but that first part is really annoying and tedious because you have to run around searching for cars and through all the houses, which is, I think, very annoying. Another thing, which is, this is about co-op just in general, about how in co-op, this game specifically, the host has all the power. In any quest, in anything, I was not able to like activate any missions or do really anything. I had no controller power. The host could do everything, and I had no sort of power or say. The only thing I could really do was drop supplies off at the community, and I wouldn't even see the supplies thing at the top wouldn't even change for me. It would change for him, but not for me. Like that's like really, I had no power at all on my perspective compared to the host's perspective. And another thing about co-op, which is that what do you call it? It's like the range of where you could be from the host, and I think it's like 100 meters or something like that. I might be wrong, most likely, but it's about like, so in some stages, in some like missions or quests, like then you go back to your community and you're far away. You're gonna have to go back together because you're always gonna have that distance that you have to be next to each other, which is kind of takes away from the fun of the game and the open world experience, especially if you're playing co-op, because you have to do sort of everything next to each other basically, which is sort of annoying, which I really didn't like about it because, you know, some people want to do different things, this person wants to do different things, you know, just to multitask and everything. Another thing about the game was that it was just too repetitive. State of Decay 1 was very, very similar to State of Decay 2. They had the same animations, physics, combat things, weapons, vehicles. It's basically the same exact story, just put into another game, which I really didn't like about that personally. I just thought it wasn't really right and not really a fun experience. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm not trying to completely hate on State of Decay 2, but overall, I would say it's not a great experience, and I wouldn't really recommend it to people. Obviously, some people might feel differently, so obviously, if you want to try it out for yourselves, go right ahead and try it. You know, just try to keep open-minded when you play it. But overall, I didn't enjoy the game. It wasn't really a fun experience, a great experience for me. I definitely won't play it again. But, you know, overall, it's just not a very fun game due to the glitches, the story, just everything in general as a whole made this game not a pleasant experience for me. Alright, so that's the end of the video. I appreciate you guys staying and watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, that's it. Peace.